the reason I started talking about God is because I started to look at things in the Bible again now, because I remember things that are said that are now making sense to me. And one of the big things that is making sense to me now is those words that say, be still and know that I am God. And it's in stillness. It's in stillness, and it's in quietness. It's in that moment of being that we can connect with whatever name you want to give it. Okay, I don't get hung up on names anymore. Whatever you want to call it, it's in stillness that we connect with it. And it's not out there. It's not out there. It's in here. You want to find truth, you want to find peace, you want to find stillness, you want to find God, you want to find enlightenment. Stop looking out there. It's in here. It's all in here. And that's when striving comes to an end. That's when you stop striving. That's when you stop trying to be what somebody else wants you to be. Trying to be what you've read in a book about, the way you ought to be. It's when you stop trying and you look inside yourselves and find that inner peace. I had an email sent to me this week, strangely, from somebody who didn't know I was going to be talking about this week. I'm just going to read, it's a quote from J. Krishnamurti. Let's read a part of it. And it's synchronicity, this coming, I think. It says, we must understand the problem of striving. If we can understand the significance of effort, then we can translate it into action in our daily life. Does not effort mean a struggle to change what is into what it is not, or what it should be, or what it should become? We are constantly escaping from what is to transform or modify it. He who is truly content is he who understands what is, who gives the right significance to what is. True contentment does not lie in few or many possessions. Some people will tell you, you got to have lots. You got to have lots of things. Some people will tell you, you don't have to have much. You don't have to have it. It's not where it is in either of those things. True contentment does not lie in few or many possessions, but in understanding the whole significance of what is. And it's only in what Krishnamurti calls passive awareness, that stillness, being quiet and being aware. It's only in passive awareness that the meaning of what is understood. I guess what I'm telling you here is look, you can read all your books, you can watch all the films, you can go to all the conferences, you can subscribe to all the magazines that are out there, you can fill your mind with all the truth, but unless you find it and come inside and find it in there, then it really isn't worth anything. It's not worth a thing, because it isn't changing your life. It isn't putting you on that track, if you like, that your life is really meant to be going in. There's in paganism, there is a thing called the Charge of the Goddess. And one of the things in the Charge of the Goddess, it says, and it's very similar to one of the things that it says in the Bible. In the Charge of the Goddess, it says, if you can't find the Goddess, if you can't find what you're looking for without, you are never going to find it within. Wrong way around. If you can't find, just checking, if you can't find it within you, you are never going to find it without.
It does work both ways too.
Sorry?
You see it outside you. It helps.
Okay, we'll come to this later. We'll come to that later. Okay. I'll explain what I mean about why I say I'll come to that later, and because what we see out there is what we project. It's what we project from in here. It doesn't come from out there. It's what we project. Okay? We, as God, as Spirit, we are creators. Okay? And we send out, and the things that we see out there, we can you can see angels, you can see fairies, you can see spirits, you can see demons, you can see whatever you want. You can see a picture of the Virgin Mary, walking down the street. It's a projection of, I could talk for hours about this bit, but as we project things out there, it's inside. The Bible says the kingdom of heaven is up there somewhere. No, it doesn't say that. It never said that. It says the Bible says that the kingdom of heaven is within you. I think it's a Sufi saying that says that you will never find, if you can't find the temple in your heart, you'll never find your heart in a temple. All these spiritual pathways come and they say the same thing. They use different words but say the same thing, and it's in there, it's inside. And so I'm coming back to that thing. How do you stop striving? How do you stop stressing about life? Turn inwards, look inwards, and find that wholeness, that stillness that's inside you. It's interesting here, if you think about this now, I want you all to think honestly about this, and think about any worries, any problems, any difficulties, any stresses, anything you like that has been wrong in your life, and they've all come from out there. They've all come from out there. It's pressure being put on you by other people. It's thinking that you have to live up to a certain standard, that you have to be somebody. It's things other people say to you, negative things. All those things that bring you down, all those things that cause you to worry, all comes from out there. It doesn't come from in here. In here is peace, in here is stillness, in here is love. In here is spirit.